Sergeant Dabney, thank you. You came down from Michigan just for this, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. I appreciate your years of service, and I'm glad you're here so we can talk. I guess they've been asking you about these cameras and things like that. Let's just tell it how it is. Nobody during this investigation ever went to pressure roll to check about the cameras, right?
No, we didn't.
All right. Nobody in this investigation ever went to AutoZone to check if the cameras were there.
No, we didn't.
Nobody went to the AutoZone that Cornelius Smith said he went to buy a car cover to see if there's a receipt or some surveillance or something like that inside the AutoZone, right?
No.
Okay. Those are things that would be important to try to corroborate a witness who obviously is the shooter in this case, to make sure he's not lying to you, right?
Yes.
And when people get caught, they generally lie to police. Is that uncommon?
Sometimes.
All right. Do people lie to get out of trouble?
Sometimes, yes.
Do people lie to cut deals?
Sometimes, yes.
Also, with regards to the area around Pressure World, it's a pretty busy area, right?
It is.
And you know there's those little MPD city cameras up and down that street, right?
Yeah.
All right. And if you don't know, you don't know, but there are those, that's an MPD camera right on the post.
It could be. We have neighborhoods that buy their own, but
Right.
it could be too.
Okay. But that looks like a typical police camera that neighborhoods have or the streets have.
Yes, sir, it does.
All right, and you know for a fact that in front of the Pressure World area, it's a busy thoroughfare, there's these cameras.
I didn't know.
Okay. And then behind the Pressure World in the neighborhoods, there's some of these cameras.
Okay.
Does that look like a camera that you were familiar with?
Yes,
In
it
place
does.
of neighborhood?
Yes,
All right. Go ahead and offer that as the next exhibit, Your Honor. Just as the description of what a city camera looks like.
Any objection? So, do we know where this is? Do you
It's,
have a location?
yes, it's at the Pressure World by the street, but he wasn't sure, so I'm not going to put words in his mouth.
So this is a picture of what's been described as what could be a city camera on a Hope. You'll mark this as exhibit 16.
And these cameras are sort of all over the city on busy thoroughfares and stuff like that.
They are.
All right. Could I publish it, Your Honor?
Sure.
I'll do it the old-fashioned way because I don't have it. I'm just going to walk. Is that all right?
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. So this is what the typical MPD cameras sort of look like.
Well, excuse me. Just publish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No commentary. If you have more questions for the witness, that's
I was asking a question about weight. And so you all use these types of cameras to help solve crimes. That's sort of the whole point, right?
To gather evidence, yes.
Okay. Yeah. I guess the biggest question that I've had that I've been asking people throughout this trial is if you believe Mr. Cornelius and you believe what he told his girlfriend.
Your Honor, just think he's inserting what previous witnesses said testified to.
approach.
you don't have to believe, let me ask it this way. If Cornelius Smith and Angela Arnold had repeatedly told you all that Jook was the one that was calling the shots, I think even in your report you guys said Jook's the mastermind, that would cause you to go interview Jook because that's an important piece of information, right?
Doing the investigation, yes.
All right. But as a lead detective, at no point during the investigation did we attempt to talk to Jook.
We hadn't made it that far, no.
We hadn't made it that far. Okay, it's been 4 years, and we know Jook died 2.5 years after the case. We know everybody had already been indicted within a few months of the arrest taking place. But we never went to talk to Jook, even after Cornelius and Angela repeatedly said he was the mastermind. I think that's the phrase you guys used in your Operation Cookie Monster slideshow, right?
Girl, I am going to object to this line of question. Is it relevant?
Of course it's relevant. He's a suspect.
Overruled.
The reason I ask is these people have come in here and testified and said they're telling the truth. So if those people, they've testified that they're telling the truth. They talked about Mr. Govan here, they talked about Jook, and we can quibble about who's in charge or whose house or who whatever. But clearly, Jook was a suspect in this case.
Yes.
But he was never followed up with at all by Memphis Police Department at any point in this investigation, even though he died 2.5 years later.
Not at the time, no.
Okay. That's it. 1 second. Thank you, sir. That's all I have.
Oh, read it.
Your Honor, before this next witness, we do have a preliminary matter specifically for this witness.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to take a brief break. I don't know how long this preliminary matter is going to take, so lunch might get here in the meantime. But let's take a brief break. Okay?
Sure,
Just
just-
gonna-